Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Dark Anime Robin. In this video, I'll be unboxing and reviewing the leadership class action figure of Megatronus the Fallen, aka Megatronus Prime, from the Transformers Age of the Prime series. Before opening up this set, let's check out the details we can see from the box here. So the transparency here, we can see the Megatronus action figure itself. And on the low corner there's one of his weapons there. And here's a picture of his alternate or vehicle mode here. Looks like a tank. And because Megatronus is one of the original 13 primes, long before Autobot and Decepticon split, he's got his own unique insignia here. And on the back of the box, we can see again this is Megatronus wielding the blaster weapon, and looks like he also comes with the blade and the axe, and looks like there's also gonna be some fiery effect that you can attach on him to make him look like he's on fire. And again, we have a picture of his tank mode here, and it seems like the transformation takes 38 steps. A picture of the blaster weapon again down here, and on this side we have some picture of Megatronus himself along with other two of the original 13 primes here, and we see their insignias on top. Like this one is Megatronus's, and the other two obviously belong to the other two primes. Now let's get the figure out of this box. Here we have the instruction manual. And the main figure itself here, it looks like we have like a part of a weapon, or maybe for the tank mode. And here's his blade, the blaster here, and some other accessory that's currently bagged. Now let's cut the figure loose. Nice, the figure can stand pretty well without me doing any adjustment, so it's got very nice balance. Then looks like it'll take some doing to shake the blade from the holding spot. And this could be the handle of the X we saw on the back of the box. So it looks like there's a lot of accessory here. We have the fiery effect pieces. There's 4 of them. And like this is like the head of the cannon for the vehicle mode. And here's the blade of the axe. And there's a block here. This looks like also part of main cannon in the tank mode. So here we have again the main figure as well as its accessory pieces. And let me show everyone through the instruction manual real quick here. So again, that missile launcher piece, that looks kind of cubic. It looks like it's gonna go on Megatronus's left shoulder. And this section here shows us how we can put the weapons together, and where we should attach the fiery effect piece, how Megatronus can hold or handle the weapons, and how they can put on his back. And then we have the transformation steps here. Then continue on the back of the manual. There. So this would complete the transformation. Here's showing how the fiery effect parts can work with the weapons as well as how they can work in the vehicle or the tank mode of Megatronus. Okay, so now let's begin applying these steps. So here we can put the blade of the axe onto the handle. See how the hole has like a little pattern here. Just have to fit them in. And this cube that looks like a rocket launcher part, it goes on top of Megatronus' left shoulder. Now we put on the fire pieces on Megatronus. The small fire goes on his back here, and then the big pieces go on his sides of his shoulders. Go. So now it looks like he's on fire. And there was one more weapon I missed earlier, which was his knife or blade that was stuck on the cardboard. But now we just simply have to put a weapon in his hands or his arm, like the blaster here. It's gonna be attached to the right arm with this hole here. Looks like you can't just slide the blade in. You have to open up his hand here. And then put it in his hand to hold the weapon. There we go. And finally, this one, it's gonna go on his other shoulder. So there's a little handle on the back here. You have to flip it down. And now you attach it with that holder. There we go. Now we have Megatronus Prime, also known as the Fallen, armed with all his weapons and fire. Let's check out the articulation of this figure, and to make it simpler, I remove all the weapons and accessories from the figure. So let's check out from the starting with the head. You can look left and right, no problem. Although you cannot really look up and down. It's maybe only a little range of motion from the neck when trying to look up and down. I think you just have to bend at its legs to look down. or arc. And the arms can raise laterally. Then we can move this blaster a bit on the shoulder top, so the arms can raise all the way up. You can flip the arms like that. You can also bend it, turn the hands. If you have a display stand, you can also have a figure do a kicking pose. You can bend its knee. The legs can also raise to sideways. Oops, looks like some pieces can be loose, but they can simply be attached, reattached. But there we go. And down at its feet, it also can adjust its angle, so you can put the legs can open to different degree and enable the figure to put on different stands. And also can turn. So with this articulation, you can put on many kinds of poses with this action figure here. And now let's begin transforming Megatronus from this robot mode to his tank mode. And now the first step in the transformation is from the hands. Put them into the arm. So we do the same here with this other hand. And next, we rotate the arm, turn it 180 degrees here. And next, we're gonna pull down the chest section. Actually, flip it up first, and then gonna flip down this part here. Pull it out like this. And then pull this one down as well. This chest section, flip up the chest armor piece like this, and then do a 180 degree turn like that, and turn back the head. And before doing anything else, pull these two pieces out. Then pull up like this. For the step is on the back here. Flip these two parts off on the back, and then pull up these parts, and then rotate it this way. And click up. Do the same to the other one. Here, this part is gonna become the front section of the tank mode. And here, see this part, and this you have to clank this into this slot. Here. Do the same to the other side. So here we have like the front of the tank. And next step here, you're gonna do a 180-degree turn here as well. And then see this purple part here, gonna pull it down. And then gonna also do a 180-degree turn with the legs. Pull up these parts here. Now you pull this piece, open this piece. Do the same here, and then you flip the feet. And now you close them back down. So then you see this part here, you have to put it in. Do the same here. In this section, you're gonna fold the leg. This part is a little hard. Do the same thing with the other leg. See. Okay, and then to stabilize the part of the tank, see this hole here? It's gonna click into this part in the silver panel here. Actually, to make things more stabilized, let's first clink the other part here. This is gonna clink here. Do the same thing to the other side. And now here we click this. Here we go. Now we finished with the base of the tank. See here, these two hinges. It's gonna clink into these two holes here. There we go. Now the tank is almost done, and before we go any further, we have to finish transforming or preparing the cannon for the tank mode before the final step. So here we go. So we have here Megatronus's blaster, and again the smoke cannon that will be the main part of the cannon. So first you have to flip down this handle piece, and then you have to extend the cannon. Here we go. And then flip up this part, and then attach them together. This, and here we have the cannon for the tank. And in order to put it on, I have to do here. So attach the hinge to this hole here. And now we just have to close the other one in, and also pushing the hole on the other end. And finally, the last thing we need to do is flip down the other weapons from the shoulder. And down here we have Megatronus in his tank mode. Now let's see what we can do with Megatronus in this tank form. We have wheels down here, so Megatronus can roll as a tank. That's good. And here, cannon can turn 360-degree. That's really nice. You can like emulate almost, or at least almost emulate a real tank. However, a small issue is that the arms that becomes the either side of cannon, it's not like very stabilized, so you want to kind of adjust them carefully, otherwise they'll just get uneven like this. And other than turning 360-degree, you can also move up, so like the highest you can move is about like 60-degree maybe. Again, it's not the really tightest form, so you kind of have to move carefully. On the top of the cannon, we can actually see Megatronus' own insignia. So overall, we have a very nice black and dark purple tank here, and you can slide it, and the cannon can go many directions. And that's the basics for Megatronus the Fallen in his vehicle or tank mode. Now let's see how the tank mode is gonna look once we attach the fire effect parts and the other weapons on. So first, the axe and the blade are gonna attach together. This, and then the fire part. There's a hole on the side here. I'm gonna attach it on like that. Here, and now this whole part is gonna get attached to the tank. So, we're gonna use this handle or hinge here to plug into this hole here. And then these two large fire pots are gonna be on top of the tank around the cannon by attaching them to these two holes here. There we go. So this will emulate the tank burning and this blade burning as well on the side. And this covers all the basic features of Megatronus, the Fallen, in the tank mode. So now back to robot mode. Let's see how we can store the weapons on Megatronus's back when they are not in use or on his hands or arms. So here on his back, we have at least 4 holes, 2 on each back of the shoulders and 2 on the back here. So that's where the weapons are gonna get attached to. Now the blaster is gonna go on the back of the shoulder here. This and the axe, attach it on the back here. The blade goes here. Finally, the cannon can come over here. So now this is how you can have Megatronus carry his weapons when you don't have them set on his hands and arms. Even though it's not shown in the instruction as how the weapons can be utilized, but since the blade and the axe can combine together, you can have Megatronus hold them like this to become like a double-headed weapon. You can obviously hold them the other way around as well. This is one of the coolest poses this figure can do, pointing the blaster at the enemy. This covers all the basic features of this figure. If you are a fan or collector who likes the Fallen from the Transformer franchise, also known as Megatronus Prime, I believe this is a nice item to add to your list for collection, because not only it has a good coloring and good accessories, and it got nice transformation. So, well, it's not overly complex, but enough that you can probably enjoy the challenge as you try to transform it. And overall, it's pretty cool looking. And as the character whose face inspired the Decepticon insignia, it's actually got a pretty good look there. Although, rather than actually like the Decepticon symbol, this is kind of closer to a medieval armor mask. It's also a lot more like the face or the mask of Shredder from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles series, but that's probably the point, since it's supposed to be the distorted look of Megatronus Prime or the Fallen's face that inspires the Decepticon insignia. There's one thing I think everyone should know. Recently, I've also done other reviews of Transformer action figure that also change into tanks as their vehicle mode, and in my opinion, the transformation steps and structure for this figure are actually quite similar to theirs. So it seems many Transformer action figure that transform into tanks may have similar steps and design. So if you already have many or at least one or two Transformer action figure that change into tanks, and that you're looking for something entirely new, that you want something a figure that transforms differently, this might not be a good item for you to consider, because it's big, it's leader class, but again, its transformation steps feel similar to other Transformer figure that also turn into tanks. So, and if you are looking for some kind of fresh experience of being able to change differently, then this may not be something you want after all. Generally, I believe this is a good action figure for collectors who love Transformers, especially if you are a fan of the original 13 Primes. Megatronus is one of the most significant character from the group, because he betrayed them and become the original Decepticon. And this figure is based on Megatronus' classic look. So again, if you're a fan who likes those details, this should be something you should definitely want to consider getting. And more importantly, this figure has pretty much like a special trait of having these fire parts, which is like a main feature for the Fallen character, because it's based on like the fallen angel Lucifer, who is known as the devil, so he's associated with hell. And again, Megatronus has, with this fire, gives those impression very nicely. So this makes it one of a very interesting action figure to collect. This marks the end of my review for this set. Thanks everyone for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please click like and subscribe to my channel. And, please check out other videos from my channel. And if you have any question, please leave them in the comment section. I will answer with the best of my knowledge and ability.